wedges on the back.
Ah. Okay, the next section is graphing with a T-chart. Now, there's a couple of things when you're graphing with the T-chart, and it's not necessarily easiest to do this with every single equation. The best ones to do it with are in the equations that are in the form of y equals mx plus b. Now, this is called slope-intercept form. We haven't necessarily discussed that yet, but what I really want to stress on this is just the y equals by itself. If you see a y equals, this is a good time to use a T-chart. Now, I've given the first one, it's y equals 2x minus 3. You might be saying, what is a T-chart? T-chart looks just like a cross. We're going to put a little x and a little y in there. What we're going to do here is we are going to find solutions for this equation. Remember, there's an infinite number. To do that, we've got to make up some numbers. So I could say, pick some numbers, and a student might say something like 12. So you could pick 12. And the ones that I always pick are 0, 1, and 2 when the equations look like this. When it's just a whole number here, like 2x, or 3x, or 5x, or even x. If this is a regular number, a regular counting number, then, I guess I should say an integer. As long as that's an integer, a positive or negative whole number, I just pick 0, 1, and 2. But I leave 12 up there just to demonstrate why 12 is not necessarily a good choice. Alright, so now that we have some x values, and yes, you get to choose the x values, we're going to go ahead and figure out what does y equal. So with 12, y equals 2 times 12 minus 3. 2 times 12 is 24, minus 3 is 21. For 0, y equals 2 times 0 minus 3. 2 times 0 is 0. 0 minus 3 is negative 3. For 1, y equals 2 times 1 minus 3. 2 times 1 is 2. And when you combine 2 and negative 3, you end up getting negative 1. And for 2, y equals 2 times 2 minus 3. 2 times 2 is 4. Minus 3 is 1. Alright, let's go ahead and let's graph the 3 points that I have right here. Each of those is an ordered pair. 0, negative 3. That means I go over 0, and I go down 3. Put a few hash marks up here. Okay, the next one, 1, negative 1, means I go over 1 and down 1. The last one, 2, 1, I go over 2 and up 1. Now, I'm not using graph paper, so my scales are slightly off. Alright, but if you're using graph paper with grids, you should get a straight line. You only need 2 points for a line. I like having the third point because it verifies. You need to get a straight line for one of these. If you get 2 points and then one is in a crazy spot where it can't be a straight line, you know you made an arithmetic mistake on one of your 3 points. Okay. Now I mentioned that when it's a regular integer, I pick 0, 1, and 2, don't I? What about 12? Well, I pick these small numbers because these are on my graph. 12, I'd have to go 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 21, I'd be way off my graph paper. So when you're choosing points, try to choose points that'll land on your graph paper. You don't have to choose 0, 1, and 2. For my second example, I've got y equals 1/2 x plus 2. This is not an integer. This is a fraction. All right? What do you do on a t-chart with a fraction? Well, I'll tell you right now, I choose multiples of the denominator. In this case, I'm going to choose 0, 2, and 4. Now you might be saying, what's wrong with 1? Well, I think you might be able to put it in. And if you put in a 1, 1/2 times 1 is 1/2. 2 plus 1/2 is 2.5. That won't fall on one of your grid marks. Numbers that are multiples at the bottom will, because the fractions will cancel and it will leave you with numbers that work. Here, let's watch and see. So y equals 1/2 x plus 2. So y equals 1/2 times 0 plus 2. 1/2 times 0 is 0. 0 plus 2 is 2. So we get a 2 there. For the second one, y equals 1/2 times 2 plus 2. So we put this 2 over 1, and yes, lo and behold, the 2's cancel, don't they? They both turn into 1's. 1 times 1 is 1, 1 times 1 is 1, 1 plus 2 equals 3. So my y value here, should have a little y equals there, and y there, y is equal to 3. For the last one, I'm going to go ahead and do this arithmetic up high. Y equals 1/2 times 4 plus 2. Put a 1 under the 4. The 2's will end up, the 2 and the 4 will cancel, will become a 1 and a 2. 1 times 2 is 2 plus 2. Y is equal to 4. So I get 4, 4. So by choosing multiples of the denominator, I get nice, easy points to graph. So let's go ahead and graph those. Let me put a few tick marks up here. All right, 0, 2, go over 0, up 2. 2, 3, over 2, up 3. 4, 4, over 4 and up 4. And there's your line. Trying to freehand is not necessarily easy, so I have a very messy line in this case. Anyway, take your time, make your t-chart, choose your values. You choose your x's, then calculate the y's, plot the points. Good luck.